Hey guys, what's up, my darling MVPs? How are you all doing? Welcome back to Sail with me, Shirley. Maybe you get the gist. As it do waiting, as it hurt. Of course, you know there's no sleeping on the bicycle on this channel. If you snooze, you do what? You lose. Are you yet subscribed to this channel? Or are you still sitting on a fat long thing? Kindly pause right there, subscribe, and make sure you turn on the notification bell. If not, tell me, how do you want to get the gist brewing from the cooking pot? Like, how do you want to get the gist as it hurts? So guys, I told you all that I'm gonna be back like I never left, because I get gist done like a men month. Yes, I got gist done because there's something we really need to discuss. It's quite paramount. Like, it is like different narrative coming from different people and talking about a particular person. Now it is giving something else. So I would like to know what you really think about that. So I would advise you watch this video to the very end, because I actually left the spicy gist at the end. Okay. So from where I stopped from the previous video, I actually discussed the part 2 of the Aquafina tax challenge, but before we talk about what built the topic that I want to discuss in the part 1 of Aquafina tax challenge, the winner, Biggie has announced the winner of the Aquafina tax, and Biggie gave 3 team the winning team. Like, it was supposed to be one team, right? But the team that won was actually Team Clear, Team Purity, and Team Nurturing. So we have Team Clear that consists of Doyin and Sheyi. Then we have Team Purity that consists of what's it called, Alex and Frodd. Then we have Team Nurturing that consists of Venita and Soma. So yes, it is giving people who are men, who spoke about, Venita spoke about her issue with New on her own presentation, and she won, So their team actually won. These are the 3 teams that won: the Team Clear, Purity, and Nurturing. So congratulations to the team that won. So before the housemates could, because Big Brother actually allowed the housemates to go back to the house to ease themselves, because most of the housemates were pressed. They wanted to ease themselves. So while Big Brother allowed them in the house, Big Brother called the housemates in the lounge. Before he announced the winner at the arena, he called the housemates in the lounge, and actually addressed something. And this thing I want to discuss that Big Brother addressed is something I will still discuss later on this video. So Big Brother actually called the head of house and the BFFs up, and they were so scared. They were like, hey, Betty, we don't do. So Biggie now addressed that. Do they not understand and know the rule of being a BFF? And then they said yes. Big Brother asked the head of house, what does he mean? The head of house explained that we don't have to, give out anything coming from the HOH lounge, and then we don't have to, let any other housemate share it with us. As I'm telling you this, since the 4 BFFs are standing, including the head of house, and now this thing Big Brother is addressing right now, the head of house and the other BFF consisting of White Money, Frodd, and Angel already discussed this about Doyin. So but we'll talk about that discussion later, because that discussion came with a whole lot of things, which is one thing I would want you guys to let me know what you think about. So then Biggie now said, okay, now told the head of house to sit down. After telling the head of house to sit, so Biggie now said, okay, when Mercy said, okay, yes, that they are aware of the condition and the rules and regulation that comes with being BFF, Biggie now told the head of house, as the BFF said, yes, we know, Biggie, very clear. White Money was just looking like one thing I don't know, and he was like confused, because they were surprised Biggie called them all up. They were like, maybe who know whether Biggie maybe they are scheming, because they have been gossiping upstairs. Their mind now, they'll be like, Biggie won't expose us, So Biggie now actually told Mercy, the HOH, to sit down. Also told Frodd to sit down. Next thing, White Money, sit down. The other one, Angel, sit down. Then he left Doyin standing. So Biggie now asked Doyin that has she been, obeying the rules by Biggie. And then Doyin said she gave Sisi, dry pepper, earlier on. Then Big Brother now said, is that the only thing? What of the grape you took outside the garden that you gave to Ilebaye? Doyin said she did not give to Ilebaye, that Ilebaye did not collect, that she did not give to Ilebaye. So Biggie now said, this rule has been flaunted not just now, that some housemates has already done it before now. And yes, of course, Sisi did that. So she gave Doyin her from her stew, that stew that they are still talking about till date, that the stew is so sweet, it may seem as though Sisi is a good cook too. Anyway, so Beginner addressed that this would be the last time that they would do something like that again, because it is giving they not really they respect Biggie. And one thing with this housemate is like their nonchalant attitude towards Biggie. Big Brother has been lenient with them because of their all stars, but it's like they don't want to respect themselves. So after Biggie addressed the housemate later on, it was not up to 3 minutes. He called them back to the arena and then gave the winner, announced the winner, and all of that. So this arena tax, like I told you guys, this Aquafina tax has actually been brewing a lot. So after the presentation and everything, this guy, what was his name, Neo, is actually worried on seeing her cousin cry and all of that. And he was just saying a lot. He actually told Cece that he was just recounting on the kind of things him and her sister, how they used to be outside, how they have been there for each other, that he doesn't know what happened in the house. And Cece advised him to pull the cousin aside and have a conversation with her, that it doesn't matter who initiate the conversation first, but he should just try pull the cousin aside and have that conversation. So he now went in and also was having this conversation with Pere again, like that he doesn't understand that he has always tried to come back and have a conversation with the cousin, but she doesn't want to give him a listening ear, that this particular cousin is the same reason why he did not go back to his ex. That's the only reason why he actually did not go back to his ex, why he is still having ish with his ex, is because of her, his cousin. And do not forget whom the person is. It is V. We all know that Venita never wanted V in that relationship with Neo. V of lockdown, yes. And then I think she was still the same reason why they separated, because as at then Neo was quarreling with Venita because of V that period, but later on they settled, and that was when V and Neo broke up. So it is giving Neo broke up with V because of her cousin. So for New to have said this on the show on air, that this is somebody that forfeits my relationship with, I would have gone back to actually, because my ex is actually having grudges for her. Do you know what Perez said? Perez said, if Neo says this, that Venita has not walk up to him, and have a conversation with him ever since that thing happened, and now went on stage and was doing all those foul play, that means Venita is actually cloud chasing. Guys, do you accept that? Anyways, I don't know anything I go talk. This is coming from Pere and Neo's conversation. Okay, now let's enter the next gist. So talking about Venita, after the first part of the Aquafina tax, Venita, Angel, Mercy, and White Money were upstairs, and Angel was actually talking about her displeasure on how Venita came for her indirectly through their speech, because the housemates are meant to give a motivational speech to their team, like just like Venita and Soma was in the same team. Venita is supposed to say something sweet about Soma, while Soma is supposed to say something sweet and motivational words to Venita, so vice versa to other housemates. So now Angel was like, Venita dissed her by saying that Soma is a strong guy, and then that people who cares about him, like her and some that has left, wants him to believe in himself, meaning that Angel doesn't care about Soma, and the person that has left that she was referring to is Uriel. So Angel was like, why is Venita coming for me? Because of why? Pardon me. And the pardon me she's talking about, not herself but Adekunle. How does it make sense? And then Mercy was like, she does not understand Venita behavior these days again. So they were just having that conversation about Venita. White Money just walk out of it, because I noticed something about White Money. He doesn't want to really involve himself in all those petty kind of conversation. So he left. While he left, Frodd was coming up. Frodd coming upstairs, then they were like, Mercy complained about Doyin, giving out pepper to Cece, saying that, then Frodd came up. That was when, okay, Mercy was complaining, and then Frodd came up and said, that girl, you see that girl is like a snake. I'm like, wow, woo. So when Doyin said Frodd do not really like her, and that was true, that girl, see how she, actually betrayed her friend yesterday in the pardon me this thing. And Angel said she does not see that as a betrayer. Then Mercy was like, how would you not see that as a betrayer? Frodd was like, we said we are saving your friend, and you choose yourself instead. You boycotted everything, and you said we should vote you. You understand? Now it is giving, guys. I don't even know what to say anymore. Like, it is given that this friendship with Ilebaye and Doyin, it is actually going cutting through corners right now, because the last time I checked, Doyin is one person who has always been there for Ilebaye, right? She has always stand out, always be there for Ilebaye. Now having this conversation with the BFFs. Even Frodd was like, let's ban that girl from coming from HOH. I'm like, hey, ban Doyin from coming to HOH. Did she force anybody on their throat to actually nominate her in the diary room? You know, so because they were like, Frodd was, Angel now told Frodd, well, Frodd, you said, you guys saying that that girl betrayed her friend, but you were also, you know, standing up like, okay, you were even coming up like, let's do Doyin, let's use Doyin, because Angel said she was the one that brought Baye's name. You know, so now they're saying when they brought Baye's name into it, and Doyin came over and said she needed immunity, you know. So now the question is, I'm throwing this question to you all. Do you think Doyin do not really like Ilebaye? Do you think she's not loyal to Ilebaye? You know, because I don't understand, because even in the garden, Soma is having a conversation with Angel, you know, still telling Angel the same thing, that he has tried to like Doyin, that he never liked the girl, that he wished Ilebaye was the person who got the immunity. And I'm like, what? When all the sudden care just come, in my ear, in my other head, it is ringing, this housemate really do not even want this friendship to blossom. That is what is going on my head. At the same time, I'm like, did Doyin not really have Ilebaye's back? Because with all I have seen recently, previously, from the weeks that has gone by, Doyin have been standing up for Ilebaye. So now, I don't know. Do you think Doyin was wrong? As in, the way they are putting it right now is like Doyin convinced them to choose her instead of Ilebaye. Guys, what do you think about this? Because the social space are coming in different places. Now they are calling Doyin name. The same Doyin that they have once praised, you know, they praised Doyin on how she is a loyal friend and a good friend to Doyin. The same people are still coming for Doyin right now that she's not a good friend. Me, I'm not quick to just jump on people like that, right? Because it is giving me two sides, you know. I do not, to me, I feel she didn't, the past camera showed was when they were discussing about that buyer, she was like, what about me? You know, she said she's going to vote for Baye, but what about me? You know, I don't know, but I would like to know what you guys think about this, because the way these housemates are putting it right here, it is giving, I'm looking at Doyin with a bombastic side eye, you know, and the way Doyin, this guy, Soma, was coming a lot with all the bitterness in him. I think all the anger he had that yesterday, he's bringing it down today for Doyin. I don't understand. So matter if Baye go this Sunday, say he go pain her, man, he go pain her. And Angel was like, she's not gonna go, but if she goes, that he go pain her, you know. Then Angel is having this notion that Doyin must have discussed how the nomination thinking went with them. You understand how they discussed their nomination, you know. And Angel says she's feeling guilty, that how she's feeling so guilty that how Ilebaye came to thank her and say thank you for trying, thinking that, you know, she mentioned her in the diary room. She asked Soma if she could come talk to Ilebaye. Then Soma said there is no need to talk to Ilebaye about it, because it will actually bring, you know, rifts among the friends. Now the way this thing is going, I'm seeing that they will soon tell Ilebaye to be very careful with Doyin, that she's not that friend. Somebody would definitely say it. Now, and I have noticed that Frodd do not like Doyin, no matter how you try. Because even coming upstairs while they are having their food, Frodd is trying to, you know, indirectly sub Kosi. Indirectly sub. Why is Kosi, my baby, coming out from my mouth? Indirectly subbing Doyin, you know. But I'm just watching this, I'm just smiling in my mind. But the thing is, right now, guys, I am confused at this point. Do you think Doyin is not a loyal friend? Do you think Doyin does not have Ilebaye's back in that house because of those, you know, shenanigans that happened with the game, according to what is coming from the housemates, that Doyin, you know, actually sabotaged, like manipulated them to, you know, vote her? But Doyin don't force anybody. They can as well agree. Now I notice why Doyin had a cold shoulder. They gave Doyin a cold shoulder when they mentioned her name. You know, people did not celebrate. They did not rejoice, obviously. Yet Frodd was the first person to hug her. The same Frodd who is actually has been speaking a lot, saying he doesn't like the girl, this one, that one. Oh my, waiting they sub. Right now, this friendship of Doyin and Ilebaye is one thing that is giving us headache on this show right now. Guys, tell me please, what do you think about this, please? Okay, thank you. All right, coming from Aisha de la Cruz. I understand the housemates when they doubt Doyin's love for Baye, but when I see it online, I am always so shocked. This babe has loved Ilebaye like a sister would love her family. Yes, they have their fights once, but the love is clear. Even cousins for the house no love themselves rich like this. Take it easy on the babe, oh. Nobody in that house love your girl more than Doyin. does, and that's a fact. I don't know why I accept this, what Aisha de la Cruz say, in as much as the way the housemates are putting this, like, Doyin, actually, find her way through instead of by cutting it, instead of her friend winning it. I still think, I do not buy the thing of this thing they are saying, like, she does not have her back, because the way Soma is putting it, after that she'll be calling her bye, as if nothing happened. Frodd said the same thing, that immediately after she finished convincing them to put her, immediately she was moving on to grape outside and was eating, the same Frodd was the person that was saying, telling Doyin that someone that when Doyin was apologizing, because Doyin actually apologized and was telling them she's sorry about breaking the rules of BFFs. Doyin, Frodd was like, somebody already told me about that you took pepper to give CC. The one I saw is grape. Doyin was like, who told you? Doyin not saying, in this house, the people you talk too much. Though you do not even know that it was Mercy who told him, and why would even Frodd say somebody already told me? This housemate, they are turning their heads on it, or not our own head, because I don't understand right now. So to me, I feel Doyin like Ilebaye, but I don't know, this one the housemates are painting. So I would like to hear from you. What do you think about all of this? Okay, I'll be leaving this right here to hear from you guys in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching, and do not forget, I love you, because if I don't love you, waiting again, like, no, tell me waiting again if I don't love you. See you later, guys. Bye.